Hey, 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 it is an unstoppable day. Welcome to another episode of the Unstoppable Story Show, where we talk to ordinary people with unstoppable stories. I'm your host, Terrence, the Unstoppable Coach Leffridge, with Unstoppable Coaching Services, where we help you focus more on what you're able to do and less on what's stopping you. We've got another great show today. Going to introduce you to someone that maybe you are not familiar with, but she has been working with people around the globe for a number of years now. She originally is from Colombia, but she came to this country as an immigrant. And over the course of her time here, has created several online businesses with more than 70,000 customers worldwide, y'all, utilizing her social media strategies and systems. And she's going to share a little bit of her story with you and maybe a little bit of what she does as a social media expert, an author, an international speaker, and an entrepreneur. So, family, let's welcome to the Unstoppable Story Show stage, Miss Angee Hernandez. Hey,
Yes,
Angee.
thank you so much for having me on. How are you?
I am fabulous. If I had your hand, I cut mine off though. So thank you for taking some time to be here. How is your day going today?
Today is an amazing day. Every single day is a blessing. Like when you wake up alive with energy, wanting to change the world, doing anything, I feel like every day is amazing. So thank you so much for having me here. It's an honor for me. And then definitely, I'm excited to inspire so many of you with a little bit of stories that I have for you guys today.
Well, we're going to jump right into it. So, you guys make sure if you are watching that you put where you're watching from. As along, of course, give us your name because we want to know who you are, where you're watching us from, and any takeaways that you get from our time with Angee today, because she's going to drop some nuggets about her life, about her business, and how you can be unstoppable too. Now, Angee, let me give you what we do for each and every one of our guests before they tell us a little bit about themselves. Here's the question I want to ask you. When
Mhm.
you hear the word unstoppable, what does that mean to you?
For me, unstoppable means relentless. Having a goal, having something, and not letting absolutely anything to define your destiny. Like I see it, unstoppable for me is accomplishing what you say you were going to accomplish, doing the things, no matter how things happen in life, because life is going to give you so many setbacks. Life is going to give you so many punches. But the idea to becoming unstoppable is keep going over and over again, not even caring how many times you had to wake up, because it's not about how many times you fail, it's about how many times you stand up and keep going.
Absolutely. Someone way smarter than me said that if you fall down 7 times, make sure you get up 8. And that it really speaks to what you said before. And, on that, I put out quotes every day. I listen to quotes and affirmations each and every day. And amazingly, I ran across this quote today that said, incredible change happens in your life when you decide to take control of what you do have power of instead of craving control over the things that you don't. How does that
Well,
resonate with you?
well, this is the thing. Like life is hard. You guys can agree? Life is
Yes,
hard. Things are hard. There's always going to be problems. There's always going to be something else. And many times we hold ourselves from success or from happiness or from something that we want because life happens. It's really hard, lost my job, or I can't do this, or my boyfriend this, or my husband this. And the thing is, like, if you know those things are going to happen in your life, no matter what, no matter how much money you make, no matter what the situation you are, life will happen to you. So, what if you decide to actually start living the life in a different term? So, if you know bad things are going to happen in your life, then what if we switch that and say, you know what? I know this happened or this is happening right now, but I get to choose my feelings. I get to choose how I see it. I get to choose things that are happening now for me. And that's when everything changed, because now you start seeing the light. Now you start seeing the things that it can improve your life and can get you out of that space of, darkness.
I love it. I love the way you put that. They say life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it.
Yeah.
How you react to your system, your circumstances, your trials, your tribulations is what's going to determine how far you rise in life. And Angee, I can tell by your smile that you take that 10% of life and you put 90% of effort into making the most out of it. So take a minute or so, and because I really hate to do people's bios, because I believe that people can share who they are and what they do far better than anything written on the page. So take a minute and introduce yourself to our audience. Tell them who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So, my name is Angee Hernandez. And as you guys can tell, I have an accent. I came to United States about 20 years ago with a lot of dreams, but I was broke. I have $100 in my pocket. I didn't speak the language, and I didn't have a formal education. So I started cleaning houses for living, working in so many different places. And if you can't relate about being broke, but not just not having the money, my mindset was broke. I was feeling that I wasn't good enough for so many years, for about 5 years. I believed that I didn't deserve anything else. I deserved that I wasn't good enough for anything. I had a job that it paid my bills just to survive. And my life started changing when some of the clients that I have in cleaning the houses, he gave me a book. The name of the book is Think and Grow Rich. And I started reading this book. At the beginning, I was like, this is so boring. Like, this is so boring. But I kept reading the book and I kept just reading more. And I started thinking about what if. You know, that two words, what if. I was saying, like, what if actually can be successful? What if I can change my life? What if I can have my own house? Or what if I can do this or that? And that mindset, I started opening doors for many different things. I started different business that I failed at every single one. I made some money, lost it all, ended up living in my car. I mean, I've done so many things through in order to find success. But when we started at the beginning, asking when you asked me about being unstoppable, that was it. That two words of what if, I was just thinking, what if I can change the life of my family? What if I can change my life? And then no matter how many times I failed on different business, I was trying things. I was selling everything. I mean, every single week, I think I was selling something different. And it was just always different thing. And people were laugh about me and trying my entrepreneur life. But you know what
Right.
it is keep going and keep going until I learned the power of social media, online marketing. I started into e-commerce, and literally my life changed. I made my first $1 million in the first 2 years when I started my e-commerce business. So far, in the last 5 years, we have made over $85 million in sales. I literally changed my life, and it wasn't
Okay,
like
wait, because I don't want people to just like miss that last part. You said in the last 5 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, the
yeah,
last 5 years, so that would be 2016. The last 5 years, that would be 4 years before the pandemic hit. The
yeah,
last 5 years, that would be within those 2 years of being in the pandemic, you have made over 85 million with an M. Is that what you just
yes,
said?
in sales, yes.
That's amazing, y'all. I hope you guys are really picking up on what she just said, and you attribute it all to those two words, what
What
if?
if?
What
and never
if?
giving up. And people sees, I wrote a couple books, I do coaching, I have 4 different business at this point, different investments and things that I love and my passion. But the thing is, like, people sees my success now, and really, it's not like, I think about my story, and it's not about anything crazy. I just literally was relentless. I was just never giving up. When other people were drinking, going out, having fun, going to the nightclub, I was at home reading, studying, looking for clients, figure it out, right? So I
Yeah.
decided, I decided to have a different life because I needed different results. I Again, I mean, my life has been work, 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 but it paid off. So when a lot of people says like, oh, it's overnight success. You have 100,000 followers here and more followers in all this social media. Well, I started with one. I started
Yeah.
with one follower. It was my mom, and she not didn't even like or comment on my post. Um, I
Isn't
don't
that
know,
how isn't that how most moms are?
and she would
But
have
they
just
knew
commented,
what you
"What?"
were posting.
She would have called and say like, what are you posting this, so I started with one. I didn't have like any money to start my business, but I was always thinking in the what if, because this is the thing. We all going through many different places, things in our life. It can be good, it can be bad, but we always want to change something. Now, your current situation does not define your life,
Yes.
right? So when you know where you're going, when you know what you want, let's say you want to buy a house, you want to change your life, you want to make extra money, you want to make $1 million. That's your goal, right? How whatever big it is, that's your goal. Now, that doesn't say that you have it now. So think about what are the skills and the things that you need to do in order to make $1 million. Maybe you need to learn a new career. Maybe need to get a mentor. Maybe you need to step up. You need to start drinking. You need to start hanging out with the wrong type of people. Like, there are so many things that we need to do in order to get what we want. And I always love this quote. Is like, the definition of insanity is keep doing the same things over
Thing
and over
over and
again,
over again,
expecting, yes,
expecting
exactly.
different
So
result.
in order for you to change and for to have different results, you need to change. So obviously, if the things that were happening in my life when I was cleaning houses, broke, trying different business, those things were not working. I tried them. I did everything I could. They were not working. The group of people in my life that were not working. My boyfriend at the time, it wasn't working. The things that happened in my life at that point, it wasn't working. So in order to have success, I needed to change that. And that's
Yeah.
and that's simply like it
I love
slowly.
I love how you said that, and then if you combine the definition of insanity with the possibilities that come with those two words, what if? Ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen, hopefully you are picking up these nuggets that Angee's putting down and you are putting a plan together, your what if plan.
yeah,
Sometimes, in order for you to change your situation, you got to change your location. And if that
yeah,
doesn't work, if changing your location doesn't change your situation, then sometimes you have to change your associations, the
yeah,
people you hang out with, the places you go. Those things have to change. So, what if you changed your associations? What if you changed your location? How could that change your situation? I want you guys to think about that and put some comments in the chat if that is you. As we are hanging out with Angee Hernandez here on the Unstoppable Story Show, Angee is giving us some great information. And we're going to take a real quick break. But when we come back, we're going to talk about Angee, all those different things that she's doing. She's shared a little bit of her entrepreneurial journey, but she's also a coach. She's also a speaker, and she's also a branding expert in social media. So we're going to get into that. And really hang out and talk some more, chat some more with Angee Hernandez here on the Unstoppable Stories show. We'll be right back.
Is your fashion, your inspiration, your world. She Exists Magazine's presence is most definitely being felt all around the globe. New York, Florida, LA, DC, Puerto Rico, and as far as Australia. The hottest in fashion, music, and entertainment. SheExistsMagazine.com. Subscribe today.
Yes, yes, yes. We want you to subscribe to She Exists Magazines. They are one of the sponsors of the Unstoppable Story Show. This magazine is in newsstands and online at She Exists Magazine, and they are coming out with their fall issue on November 12th. And I'm so pleased to say that I'm going to MC their release party here in Tampa, Florida. And you can come be a part of the festivities. If you want to be at the She Exists Magazine release party on November 12th, 2022, here in Tampa, Florida, simply go on over to sheexistsmag.com, sheexistsmag.com, and register to have your face in the place. And while you're there, why not subscribe to the magazine? It's online right now, and it's going to be in a bookstore near you real soon. All right, we're welcome back to the Unstoppable Story Show. We are hanging out with our guests today, entrepreneur, social media specialist, business coach, and international speaker, Angee Hernandez. Hey, Angee, how are you again?
Very good. Excited to be here.
Well, I'm glad, and I can tell by your smile that you really love what you do. I mean, when we first started the broadcast, you said it was an amazing day. You were full of joy, you were full of vigor, and I can only assume it's because of all the things that you do. But let me just ask you bluntly, what makes you smile every day about your life?
Being grateful. Like grateful for every little thing I get. I mean, I get a chance to walk. Like I get the chance to be in my house and have a bed and have friends and people. Like honestly, when you start your day with a sense of gratitude for the little things you have, or for everything you have, literally your life changes. So that's for me. Like just starting the gratitude, and so much to be grateful for. Really, no matter how bad you think life is, somebody else has it worse.
Absolutely. I said to you earlier, if I had your hands, I'd cut my hand off because that's just goes to show you that there's always someone that you can find or that will find you that's in a worse situation than you are. As bad as you may think your situation is, there's somebody out there looking at you and wishing they were in your shoes, wishing they were living the life that you were living. And speaking of the life you're living, you're not only just a entrepreneur. You've got your hands in coaching and you've got your hands in consulting and strategy. Talk a little bit about the other things you do as a social media strategist and a business coach.
Absolutely. So this is my passion because this literally changed my life. And again, when I started working it through social media marketing, I had no idea what I was doing. Like I was Googling things, but I started getting better by hiring and getting the right mentors, the right people in my life. Now, what I do now is I teach business owners, entrepreneurs how to brand themselves, what to post basically, and what to do on social media so you can sell more, so you can actually get the clients and leads that you want. The biggest problem in social media is we think that we need to do a dance or we need to do the trend of any crazy thing so we can sell. Absolutely not. The key on social media is finding who your ideal customer is, like who's your target, who do you want to sell to, finding out what are the problems of your ideal customer, and then how can you solve those problems through your service or product. And just learning that strategy, that's my system. It's called CPR system. I teach you how to start doing that so you can start getting more leads for real estate or for network marketing or sales or any type of business that you're in. As long as you know that, you create a community, you start growing, and you have 4.5 billion people watching you in social media. 4.5 billion active. Imagine,
4.5 billion.
yeah. So
Yeah.
imagine if you a few customers from that, like, absolutely. But you just need to be out there. If you sell a product or if you have a service, you need to be in social media, but you need to be in social media the right way.
And that's a great segue, because I was just about to say, what is the right way to be out there? Now, I live in South Florida, and it's literally a world full of people who are wannabe influencers, trying to be influencers, or personally branded themselves as influencers. So what is the right way to be in social media?
So first of all, understanding who is your market. Like if you're in real estate, for example, what kind of, like, who do you love to sell? Is it first time home buyers? Is it investors? Is it commercial real estate? Having that clear, all you have to do and then start figuring out what are the questions that that ideal customer has, like how to fix your credit, how to get a better loan, like anything like that. And then now what you do on social media is start creating content that answers those questions. That positions you as an expert and basically like a guru. So it's all about sharing so much value in social media. In an example, if you go to my Instagram or my social media, I teach you how to do, how to grow your social media, how to get more engagement, how to get more leads, how to sell more. So guess what? Are people buying the things right away? Probably not. But what they do and is saving my content, follow me because I have so much content that it's like, wow, I love this website. I love this place. I love how she explained it. So they're saving me. And the next time they need a coach for social media, the next time they need, like an online business, guess where they're gonna come to? Me.
They're going to
Most
come to
of the
you.
time, yeah, most of the times we follow someone because we love the way that they cook or they do exercise or maybe they give us financial advice, right? We all have
Right.
somebody like that. Why do we follow them? Not because they're posting lifestyle in a new boat, in a new purse, or doing a crazy dance. We don't follow these people because of that. Yeah, it's fun, it's funny, but the reason why we follow them is because they're giving us value. It's like, wow, I need to do this. This is how I make rice. I don't know, something like I'll learn how to make a new recipe. I want to save this person. Now, the next time that I want to buy a house, I want to buy it from an expert. I want to buy it from that person in social media that is giving me so much value and content because I now trust you. And that is the key in social media, having your audience and community trust you. It's not about how many followers you have because you can have a million followers, but if nobody trusts you and nobody wants to buy
Yeah.
your product, what's the point? Now, what if you have just 100 followers, just 100 people that love you, trust you, really engage with the content? Can you, like as a real estate, what if you have 100 clients, 100
Yeah.
houses? That changes your life,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. Followers are just like leads. Leads are
yeah,
people that have shown an interest in something that you put out there. But until that lead puts some action behind that interest, they are worth 0.000 to you. Especially if you're using social media to generate revenue, you've got to know the difference between having 100,000 followers that do add nothing to
yeah,
you versus having four prospects that turn
yeah,
into clients and actually put money into your pocket. So that's great how you explained that, and how creating that content and creating that value is going to make a difference when you utilize that as a social media strategist. Because Angee, there's a lot of people on social media that's
mhm,
saying something, but there's very few people that really have something to say. So
yeah.
there's a big difference between those
I
two.
love
Wouldn't
that.
you agree?
I absolutely love that. And yeah, I mean, it's, social media is an avenue. Like, the reason why I feel like everybody needs to be in social media with the right presence, like they're actually like being very specific of what you're selling, is because there is an opportunity to do free marketing. You don't have to pay for that. Yes, you can get to 10,000, 100,000, a million followers. Yes, of course. There's many strategies to do that. Probably you need to pay advertising and everything to get to that point. However, what if you just start getting 100 followers, and then from there you close 50%? You do business with 50% of that. Just 50 new clients. No matter what kind of business you are, if you have 50 new clients, your business will change.
Absolutely. I think you'll be able to eat with 50 new clients in your business. What do you think?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely. We are hanging out with Angee Hernandez here on the Unstoppable Story Show. She's giving you her nuggets and tips on how you can utilize social media the right way. And speaking of social media, we've got some of her links on the screen right now where you can check out all that she's doing in the social media space. You can watch her videos, you can get some of her tips that she's sharing for free out there on social media. Some of them you have to invest a little bit more in, but if you value the free stuff, you're going to love to invest in what else Angee has to offer. So, Angee, we're going to take another quick break, and then we're going to come back with some final thoughts and some get your ideals of what's happening next in the world of Angee Hernandez. So, stick and stay tuned. But for everybody else, if you are struggling with getting your message out to the masses, if you are having trouble with speaking confidently when you're in front of your friends, when you're in front of your business associates, or when you're in front of audiences, then I've got the great trick for you. It's called the Becoming the Best Speaker Academy. And here's a little information about how you can sign up for our next session. The Unstoppable Story Show will be right back. Hey, it is an unstoppable day. You know, preachers preach, teachers teach, and speakers speak. And whether I am speaking from my office doing videos like this virtually, or whether I am speaking at resorts doing retreats, whether I am speaking at family events, or whether I am speaking in front of large audiences. Speakers speak, and that's what we do. But depending on those situations, you may not have the confidence, you may not have the skills, or you may not have those necessary tools to be able to speak effectively in each one of those different arenas. Well, we've got you covered here at the Becoming the Best Speaker Academy. Yes, Becoming the Best Speaker Academy. We have an 8-week speaker course where we will help you get the tools, the tips, and the strategies to not only become a better speaker, but to learn the business of speaking so that you can be effective in all those different arenas that I just told you about. I'm blessed to be able to be a speaker. I'm blessed to be able to be an MC, but I didn't learn those skills overnight. I had to get the training. I had to get the strategies. I had to get the tools to make me a more effective speaker. And we want to share those tools with you as well. So if you are a new speaker, if you are a new author, or if you're a new entrepreneur and you're looking to add speakers into your toolkit to make you a more effective entrepreneur, speaker, or author, then we invite you to come on over to www.btbspeakers.com www.btbspeakers.com and sign up for our next course, which is starting soon. Who knows, in 8 weeks, you could become the best speaker that you were created to be. Yes, yes, yes. So if you are ready to take your speaking skills to the next level, whether it's for your personal development or professional career that you're ready to get started with, then go on and click the link before below. Go to btbspeaker.com. Our next session is beginning real soon, but you still have time to register and start being a part of becoming the best speaker you can be. All right, welcome back to the Unstoppable Story Show. I'm your host, Terrence Leftridge, and we are hanging out with the social media strategist, international speaker, business coach, and entrepreneur, Angee Hernandez. Hey, Angee, welcome back.
Thank you.
So, I see you. You're doing great things. You're streaming on multiple platforms right now, even as we are speaking. You're walking the walk and talking the talk. How did you learn how to play in all these different social media arenas?
Well, again, it wasn't overnight. I think I wanted to find an easier or faster way to grow my business. And this is what I understood. The way that we used to do marketing back in the 80s, early 90s, it was through TV, advertising, news, anything like that, like magazines, flyers, and that worked then. But right now, there is 4.5 billion people active in social media. We have, when you wake up, what is the first thing you do? You grab your phone.
Grab your
99% of
phone.
the people, right? What is
Yeah,
the first thing we do? We go to social media. So what if I can position myself to be at least in 1% of 4.5 billion people that it can see me and know my name? So in that, I like, it wasn't again overnight. I hired so many like coaches, but so many different courses. I spent hundreds of dollars, thousands, I think a lot, just in learning and becoming an expert in marketing. I actually own a marketing agency right now. We actually build social media branding, ads, and everything for our.
okay.
So it's been a road. It's been again 5 years of like learning and trying. But this is the thing, to keep it very simple. You want to get out there. Just be out there, share content. Like right now, I'm super grateful you're doing this interview. I get the chance to share with your audience, a little bit of my story. But also, I take that space and that opportunity to go live in my social media. I have a few social media platforms open here. I'm going live. I'm sharing my story. Do I'm gonna make any sales? I don't know. But do I'm gonna inspire someone? Maybe. Maybe.
Right.
Maybe it
Today
inspires
you
one
make an
person.
impact. Today you make
Yeah,
an impression so that tomorrow you can make an impact. That's how I look at
exactly.
that.
And what
That's
if I
great.
can change what if I can change one person's life today? And that's it. And what am I doing? I'm sharing just things that it happen, stories, things that I know. And that's the important thing. Everybody is here. Just don't be afraid. You just need to make sure how to do it. Start creating content. And if you don't have an online business or ebook or something that you can sell, it's time for you to start thinking of something. What can you sell online? Like an ebook, a class, a course, an e-commerce store, anything. So not only you have your profession, but you have something else that it can generate you residual income from.
Absolutely. Multiple streams of income. And you know what? You've been talking about it so much, it almost sounds like you have a class of your own to teach people how to do this, huh?
I do. So it started because I was teaching my friends and some of my business partners. Then I started getting more questions about it. And then this year is when I made the decision to create a course teaching literally everything that I know and how to brand yourself, how to position yourself, how to start making money from your social media. So I'm launching my course November 1st in like 3 days. Super, super,
Yeah.
super amazing. And you get to watch the first lesson for free. You get to watch the first step. Like that's the most important step because that's gonna lead you to create the content. But yeah, it is. I'm excited for it.
So what's the name of your course and how can they get more information about that?
So it's a social media master class. There's two different ways that you can do it. First, you can in my Instagram is Angee.Hernandez. Just find me and then send me a DM with the word social. Right? And then automatically you're gonna have access to it. You can also go to my website, angeehernandez.com. You have access to it. But in any social media, just ask me. I'll send you the link. You can watch it, the first lesson for free. You can start seeing and start changing a little bit parts of your social media. And then we just go from there.
I love it. And we got the actual link to the
Yes.
masterclass on the screen. But as she said, you could also go to her website, AngeeHernandez.com, or you could click on her Instagram, Angee.Hernandez, and put in the word social, and you'll get
Yep.
access to the information is there. You know what? I know it's going to be chock full of information, and to also learn it from you with your great laid back personality, I think it's going to make it really simple for people to follow along and get some value out of your presentation. A lot of people think social media is hard. They think it's difficult, but if you've got the right teacher that you align with, it doesn't become difficult anymore. It just becomes different. So if you're looking for someone different to help you with your social media management and getting started, then why don't you consider Angee Hernandez in her masterclass, which is starting in 3 days, y'all. So the universe rewards those who take massive action. When? Now.
Now.
Go to her
Now.
link right now. Go to her Instagram, go to her website, or go to the link that's on the screen and get signed up for Angee's social media masterclass. I guarantee you won't regret taking this step. So Angee, we could talk forever, and I am so glad that I have made your acquaintance. So glad we've had an opportunity to talk a couple of times, and I'm looking forward to growing our relationship and collaboration along the way. Thank you so much for being on the Unstoppable Story Show. But I want to give you the last word. Whatever you want to share with our audience about your story or a nugget you want to leave with them as we close out.
Thank you again, and it's been an honor being here with all of you. And my last remarks is: besides social media, besides any business that you are in, it's time for you to take action and control of your life. No matter the industry you are, you can make a lot of money. You just had to make the decision. You need to make those changes. Sometimes we need to start waking up early or stop hanging out with some people. We need to start reading more, learning more. Whatever you need to do, you know what you need to do. Take control. There's only 2 months left in this year. Ask yourself, I did everything I wanted to do this year? I say something that I can do in the next 2 months that is going to take my life to the next level, because you can 100% change your life. It's not easy. It's going to be ups and downs. You're going to fail a lot of times, fall a lot of times. You're going to, make a lot of mistakes. But at the end of the day, it's going to keep you getting you closer if you never give up. So that's my advice. My hope for you guys is to have all the success, not just online, offline, but all the time.
I love that. Give it up for Angee Hernandez, y'all, here on the Unstoppable Story Show. Well, you guys, that is a wrap. The takeaway I want you to walk away with is that the most powerful phrase in the universe today only has 6 letters in it. WHATIF. What if? What if you changed your mindset?
Yeah.
What if you decided to do something different today that you've never done before? They say the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. What if today you take that first step? Where could you go tomorrow, the next day, the next month, the next year? Angee told you what happened to her in just 5 years. of her life.
Mhm.
She went from $100 to 85 million in sales. What if you took your first step today? What unstoppable story have you yet to tell just if you take that first step today? I'm looking forward to hearing it. I'm looking forward to seeing you as one of our next guests on the Unstoppable Story Show, where we talk to ordinary people with unstoppable stories. If you've got a story that you think we need to showcase on the show, just reach out to me, T. Leffridge at unstoppablecoaching.com. And until next time, wherever you are in the world today, you know what I say. Don't just make it a great day. Go out and dream the impossible dream and make it an unstoppable day. Take care, guys.